And he's back.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Sam.
Good morning, Gab. Good morning, Ali.
Sam Ellard
There
is
we go.
back.
How are we?
Very, very well.
What's been going on?
Everything's happening. It's all happening.
Yeah, I know.
Football's gone crazy.
The football is going absolutely
it's
bonkers.
magnificent.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yes.
Are you low key looking like enjoying a few days off from the football? Or
yes.
Are you on?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to a few days off.
It's come to the stage, doesn't it, where like I'm getting moaned at like it's football on every day.
Yeah.
Yes.
And like last weekend, I watched Celtic Rangers.
Yeah.
I watched 2 Premier League games.
A Super Sunday.
Then it was Atletico Madrid versus
in the
Barcelona.
evening, yeah, what a game.
And at the same time, it was Juventus Atalanta.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
What do you want to watch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're getting
Help
a bit
yourself.
stick. You're getting
Help
a bit
yourself.
stick.
Yeah, it's just like too much.
My couch just welcomes me with open arms on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Right.
The only place
And
to be, right?
I just assume the position on a Sunday.
So I say that
I don't move.
Whenever I'm watching a game, I'm like, it's work.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Prepping for next week's show.
It's work.
I say that to wee Viv.
It's not work. It's not work.
Viv, do you think for a minute I'm enjoying this?
It's much better than a proper job, isn't it? Much better than a proper
it
job.
is, mate. So where have you been? I've not seen you for a while.
Really, really good. Thank you. Doing lots of YouTube shows at the moment.
Yes.
We've got loads of YouTube shows on weekends when
Very
there's
good, mate.
live. Thank you, mate.
Yeah.
When there's live football, live commentary on the radio, we're doing sort of watch-alongs and kind of live basically football shows on weekends. That's really, really good fun. Still getting to go to the football, doing the cricket this summer. So anyway, it's not my sporting life for Sam Ellard, is it? Should we do some back pages, shall we?
Let's do them.
Let's do it. Back at the it's all England dominated, boys.
Yeah.
There's no real surprise. Back at the Mirror this morning, stars in his eyes. Tuchel wants another mark of success to be put on the England shirt. That's back at the Mirror this morning. Back at the Mail, don't hold back. Tuchel tells the England stars brutal honesty is the way forward. Gabby, just out of interest, by the way, when a new manager comes into a football club, can players be quite judgmental? Can you almost make your mind up on a new head coach quite quickly? Like if 100%. You don't, that can happen, can it?
How's training? What's he like in the meetings? Do you know what I mean? We've already seen little clips of training where they all look
having a laugh,
having a nice little giggle, and do you know what I mean? He's getting the team bonding in there.
Yeah.
So straight away you're like, I like this guy. You don't want a manager coming in and being a sort of head teacher or school teacher. So and a lot of the players know him as well.
Yeah, I think first impressions are very important.
Yes.
Did you feel that when you were a manager?
Yeah.
That the first few team talks are important.
They're not the be all and end all, but you've got to,
You've got that authority.
Got to put yourself out there.
Yeah.
Got to put yourself out there.
Yeah, so that's the back page. Lots of England stuff. Just wanted to go inside the back pages. Lots of Maurizio Pochettino quotes making the back pages. He's been doing a lot of talking recently. This is from Inside the Mail this morning. I made mistakes at Spurs. I'd love to return one day. Maurizio Pochettino talking unfinished business in London, among many, many other things. Of course, at the moment we know he's the head coach of the USA national team. Big home World Cup for them coming up. I mean, Gabby, people have always thought the Poch going back to Spurs was something that's going to happen. He's got unfinished business there. Of course, he's occupied at the moment, but looking forward, do you think that's something you could see happening? Poch back at Spurs?
I think so, mate. Yeah, I think he's got a good relationship, hasn't he, still with Daniel Levy. I can see it happening in the future, especially the way Spurs are going at the moment. But he's got a big job on his hands.
Of course, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? With the United States of America national team, that's a big job, and there's a lot of pressure on that. And he's still a young man, so definitely in the future, sometimes you have that love for a club. Do you know what I mean? And the fans would have him back as well. He's been the closest to a trophy, hasn't he, in recent years. That Spurs team played amazing football as well. So I would see it in the future for sure.
And I think unfinished business is the right way to use Alec. You think he took Tottenham to a Champions League final? I always think the work that he did there on a limited budget was so underrated. And then, of course, he gets them to a Champions League final and they then go a couple of windows without spending, without improving.
Plus, going back to that Champions League final, correct me if I'm mistaken, but the early sending off I thought killed the game. There was a red card,
the penalty, wasn't it?
Correct. Killed the game entirely. But who can forget the game in Ajax in Amsterdam?
Lucas Moura.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, that was
that was insane's the word to use.
Yeah,
I agree with Gabby. I could see that happening. Not so sure it would be in the immediate future.
No.
But definitely, I wouldn't be rolling it out longer term. Definitely. I like him. I think he's very, very good. I think he's a good coach, good manager, and I don't think it'd be the worst move. But I'm standing by it.
Go on.
I still think Ange could win the Europa League.
You think he can do it?
Of course he can.
It'll be the biggest mic drop moment of all time if he goes, I told you I was doing things in my second season.
What's all the fuss about?
It'd be hilarious.
Yeah, I had it covered. I knew what I was doing, right?
Would it not be hilarious?
It would be. I've never, I'm not a Spurs fan, but I I'm so desperate for Anish to succeed.
Oh,
I really
so am I.
like, and do you know what annoys me? People, if you
So am I.
criticise his tactics, that's fine. But the people that criticise his character, his personality, I think is bang out of order. We want managers who say it how it is. And I've been in his press conferences. I think he's captivating. He's honest
Sam,
with you.
Assuming they're not playing us in the final.
Okay, there we go.
I wouldn't mind them doing it at all.
I think as well, Ali, if they had their full squad available and their best 11, they can beat anyone on
That's
their
what I
day.
think.
100%.
That's
Do
what
you know what I
I'm
mean?
with.
When everyone's fit, if you've got Kulusevski ready,
Firing.
you've got
The two centre backs playing.
Yes, you've got Romero,
vital.
Yeah.
Udogie at left back playing, even though Spencer's been outstanding. If they get a fully fit squad available, they can beat anyone in that competition, definitely.
Yeah.
Brilliant, pal. Great to see you.
Forget about Poch and Jim.
Just calm down.
It'll come.
Bit of controversy. Let's answer one or two of these questions. And this is from Joe. Morning, Ali. What? Just spat my boiled egg all over the place. Not happy with my criticism of Bob Dylan. However, to balance it up a little bit, can't agree with Ali more. Bob Dylan is the most overrated singer ever. He wrote good records, but his own versions were awful. Example, Mr. Tambourine Man. And, the Birds. I mean, that was a classic.
Was that a classic, Sam?
I'm done here, I think. It's my time. So I've got to go, right?
Tambourine Man. You must know that.
Oh, yeah.
Play a song for me. Thanks very much, Sam.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.